All right. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning. I just put a video up about getting back on track with exercise. So I have had stitches and I have been sweating and just needing extra sleep. So now my stitches are getting better. And so you want to get back to exercise. So I want to talk about business a little bit. We had a professor come in the other night into our class, and she did such an amazing job. So she was saying she wanted to start with her story because a lot of people see doctor in front of her name. And she said at one point, it doesn't mean you have a lot of money, it means you have a lot of degrees. So she was amazing. She said, I want to start with my story because people see her as doctor rather than her story. So she had come to Colorado, she talked about, and within a few months, her husband had died. And she was left with nothing except her car. And she ended up, this was years ago, years and years ago, I'm guessing, she ended up being homeless. That's what happened to her. And we talk a lot about how you have to be born into riches to make it in life, how you have to have money to make money. And there's a point that that's true, but a lot of people just make it in life on their own steam, right? So she said what happens is when you go through hard times, it's really when you know what you're made of. And I think that's true. She goes, you fall and fall like until there's a sense of resilience in you that comes back. And I think it's true. One of the things she shared that I wanted to share where she says there's no comfort when you are in a place of growth, and no growth if you remain in comfort. And I thought about that and I'm like, that is so true sometimes because um if you're not going to push yourself, you're not going to have growth in life. You have to always be ready to push yourself. And then if you get too comfortable in life, like there's times I've been very comfortable, like when we were in our 3-bedroom home. um I was really comfortable, enjoying a nice kind of luxury quiet life. I mean, um we enjoyed kayaking, we enjoyed, just the finer things in life. There was growth in some aspects, but at the same time, when I lived in a trailer, um, with my 5 sons, there was a lot of growth. When I became a mother, there was a ton of growth. I mean, I had to learn real quick, real quick about being a mother. So that was one of the best things that had happened to me. Um, when I became a Christian, I had to learn with all the different beliefs which ones to discern and which ones were not quite true, or which ones were true for me, but maybe not true for someone else. So, and I'm not talking, there are debatables, but I'm talking about too getting your doctrine down so you can live a better life. Um, Let me think of other times I grew a lot. Yeah, I mean, I it seems like an adversary is the times I have grown the most. There was a time one of my sons, he was in scouts and he had an ingrown toenail. So he was taken to the doctors and then he had an ingrown toenail again. And he was taken to the doctors and they actually had to do surgery on his big toe and remove part of the toenail. And when that was happening, I think he was at camp in soccer when it just got really bad. And, I'm thinking, okay, you hurt your toe, you fix it, no big deal. But this doctor was very particular about the toe. I mean, this was like a professional who was just like, all right, I want him back in to look at this toe again. I want to just make sure, that toenail stays clipped and it's not going to grow the way it did. And this was just one toe. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, all that time on just one toe. And I mean, that was like more care that he had for that one toe than I probably had in my whole lifetime of doctor care. So, I was just thinking at that time how much God loves us to care about, even our toe that much. And so, like, you have times of, trouble, and you should be growing closer to God in those times. Another time of trouble is when, I came out here, our family had a crisis, and, lo and behold, God had a plan. I mean, He had a plan to help me start getting my business together, get that second post abortive care class, get involved with community over here, and start helping other women more. So there was a similar story in class too of a woman who had like this homeless man break into her car, and she was so upset, and he took some stuff, and he wrecked the car, and she had to go to the auto detailer. And when she was there, he mentioned this class to her, and that is how she ended up in our class. So every time that something looks like it's an adversary, it doesn't have to be. And I'm a very wordy person. I mean, I love words, and words help shape their tools. They're tools to help shape our perception and our reality. So it is all in how you want to think about what happens to you in life. Um, I talk about getting back up in my exercise video. Same thing with abortion, ladies. Get back up. Don't let the things in life that have happened to you, bring you down. Even when I had a woman say to me, um, you want to look businessy last week. She's like, look, I'm not saying you're not beautiful. She's like, I'm just saying, you want a certain projection. And, she was uplifting me. And, it's really important, not just words, but how other people talk to you too. Um, what are their words to you? How do they value you? What do they say to you? So I had been out yesterday, and someone said something to me, and I said, I have the money on me this time. And he had said something like, you look like you're rich. You look like you have money. And I'm like, that's because I put time into my self care. That's because it's my time that I'm using, not money to look this way. So money sometimes can be an illusion. Sometimes we use money to, the wrong way, or sometimes it's not always like the money that matters. There's like other principles in life that matter a whole lot more. You have to have money, but there's other principles that are going to do more for you than money will. So we should be seeking good principles more than we are seeking money. I mean, seek money, work hard at it, but we should be seeking other things more importantly. So that's what I have for now. I changed my name to Stellar Shine because somebody had said to me that I was stellar, and I looked that up, and it's like, you shine like the stars. And I want women to shoot for the stars. I want, I looked at different names, and I'm like, okay, there's quality queens, woman of worth. I want to take women from feeling like they are nothing to having value for themselves, and what do they bring to the table. So that is what the name change is, and I will be talking about more stuff in the future. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.